entered a plea of no contest to count one for the offense of murder. Punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 35 years in the prison. There's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon, and there are 2 cases that are being taken in consideration.
Right out of the gate, this is serious. A no contest plea to murder with a 35-year cap means he's not admitting guilt outright, but he's accepting the punishment range, and that affirmative finding of a deadly weapon that changes everything, that affects parole eligibility. This isn't just paperwork, this is real time behind bars.
2021 CR 9984, State of Texas versus Jose Gonzalez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Garahan, Your Honor.
Defense?
Alfonso Cabañas for defendant Jose Gonzalez.
And are you Mr. Gonzalez? All right, you're going to need to keep your voice up so that the court reporter can hear and so that I can hear. You entered a plea of no contest to count one for the offense of murder on June 13. According to the plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 35 years in the prison. There's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon, and there are 2 cases that are being taken in consideration. Those cause numbers are 2021 CR 9982 and 2021 CR 9983. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report, State?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense?
I have, Your Honor.
Any objections to the PSI report, State?
No, Your Honor.
Defense?
None from defense, Judge.
All right, State, do you have any witnesses?
Not for the citizen.
Defense, any witnesses?
Yes, Judge, only Mr. Gonzalez, but I don't know if the court wants to allow him to talk or...
However you wish to do it. If I'm going to swear him in, if he's going to be doing it by narrative and the state has no objections, then we can proceed by narrative.
And we can do that, Judge.
All right.
Narrative.
State, will you have any objections to proceeding with testimony from the defendant by narrative? Of course, you'll have a chance to cross-examine him.
Sure, Judge.
All right, can you raise your right hand for me, Mr. Gonzalez? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, you can lower your hand if you'll state your name for the record, please.
Jose Gonzalez Jr.
All right, and defense says there's something you wish to inform the court of?
David Gonzalez, you were given an opportunity to talk to the judge. But, well, let me just say it up, Judge. We've had a chance to go over the PSI. Right, Mr. Gonzalez? Prior to today, you and I had talked about what was going to happen this morning, and you are aware of it, right? It is your desire.
Okay, I'm sorry. You're going to have to speak up. Court reporter cannot hear. All right, yes.
It is your desire, Mr. Gonzalez, to talk to the judge about the sentencing today and tell her what it is you feel or what it is you want her to know about the sentencing, correct? Yes, sir. Okay. Go ahead, Mr. Gonzalez.
Judge Boyd, I stand before not only you, but the family of the victim as well.
Okay, I am so sorry, but you're whispering. And I know it's hard, but if the court reporter can't hear you and I can't hear you, then what you're saying is not going to make a difference because I can't hear you.
I stand before the judge today, ma'am, not only the judge, but the family of the victim as well, ma'am. And I just want to say, not only am I embarrassed, but I truly am sorry. And I take in full, I take full responsibility for what happened that night. And it wasn't intentional. I was under the influence. I made some bad choices and even worse decisions. And I just want the family to know that I truly am sorry. This isn't my character. I was out of character this night that this happened. And I know how I would feel if this would happen to one of my family members. And I just want the family to know that it wasn't me that night. Like I said, I had some things go wrong in my life and I made bad choices and completely am sorry for it. I can't say it enough or express how truly sorry I am and remorseful. And I know that not only do they have to live with it, but it's something that I have to live with the rest of my life. And I truly am sorry from the bottom of my heart for everything that I caused and for all this that I brought up, and I accept full responsibility.
All right. Any other questions?
Listen carefully to his apology. He says he takes full responsibility but then mentions being intoxicated, being out of character, bad circumstances. Here's the question: is that accountability or explanation? Because in a murder case that distinction matters a lot. What do you think? Genuine remorse or damage control?
For your client?
No questions at this time for Mr. Gonzalez, Your Honor.
State?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Gonzalez, you saw the PSI report with your attorney, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry, you just need to speak up.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Is there anything that from your statement in here that you would like to retract from what you talked about, especially about the actual incident that night? Because the reason I ask that is because you said today in court that you're taking full responsibility for it.
Yes, sir.
Now, the problem is that in this report, and I'll read from it, it says that the person that you ran over tried to hit you with a tire iron.
Yes, sir.
And then you also stated that he jumped in front of the truck 2 different times.
Yes, sir.
And then the second time is when I ran him over.
Yes, sir.
But you do realize that he walked in front of that vehicle. I have a video that I'll be showing you shortly. And he came over to the driver's side. You recall that?
Yes, sir.
And you're in the driver's seat. And you drove forward. And then you backed up.
Yes,
and then that person, Mario Renteria, walked in front of the car and got into the grassy area. Do you recall that?
I'm sorry, just 1 second. Excuse me. In the box, if you all cannot whisper, do not talk. We're on the record. You may continue.
Do you recall that? He got out of the way of the vehicle. He was getting out of your way, and you turned the wheel and drove directly over him. Do you recall that?
I turned the wheel to the right. He was standing in front of the driver's side in front of me, and I turned the wheel to the right to try to veer off and go around, but there's only so far because there's a ditch right there.
Okay.
That I was put.
You saw the video, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna see. You're gonna have an opportunity to see it again. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So I might give you the benefit of the doubt, considering that you're intoxicated that night. Why don't you tell the judge what were you on that night?
Meth, marijuana. I don't even know what else.
Xanax?
I don't even remember taking Xanax, sir. But if I was, I was.
Also, just going to your record, you just got out of prison,
Yes, sir.
and then this happened.
Yes, sir.
And so, the way I read this is that you're stating that it was the victim's fault that you ran over him.
I'm not gonna say it was all completely his fault, but I mean, if it's seen like on the video, I try to go around the passenger side. I was trying to avoid a situation that happened at the gas pump, period. And that's what I was trying to get away from.
So you just said not all of his fault, or possibly his fault. How is it any of his fault?
I mean, it's not his fault. I mean, we were both at bad places at even worse time. And I mean, I know he was just changing his tire, but at the same time, when I approached him, if I recall correctly, I told him like, hey, I wanted to try to get out of there, period. And when I asked him for a ride, it just, I don't know, he wasn't, I guess because my demeanor, I had my shirt off, I have tattoos, maybe I was.
I mean, you're a gang member, right?
No, sir, I'm not.
You're not part of the Mexican Mafia. That's what it was dictated in here.
I understand it was dictated, but no, I'm not.
What's the Playboy bunny behind your ear?
It's just a Playboy bunny.
Just a Playboy bunny?
Yes, sir.
That's not related to the Tecnologic Homes at all?
No, sir. The Oriole Horns and the Mexican Mafia.
I know they conflict. I see people some switch sides. So, do you remember approaching him for the first time? You approached him twice.
No, I don't.
And so you approached him once, had an altercation with him, you walked to the gas pumps, and then you walked across the road. Do you remember that?
No, sir.
Do you remember being in the median with your boxers down, your shorts down?
No, sir.
And do you remember walking back and talking to people at the gas pumps again?
Sure.
You remember going then to the victim's truck when he was on the passenger side trying to change his tire.
And here's where the case shifts. The prosecutor isn't just cross-examining, he's dismantling the narrative. When a defendant says I tried to avoid him but video evidence might show steering toward him, that's devastating. Video doesn't forget. And juries and judges notice.
When I remember was when I walked up to him when he was at the driver's side and he was standing there with that, I guess, the tire iron in his hand.
To be fair, he's changing the tire. So what would you have in your hand if you're changing a tire?
I mean, I understand that.
Well, you stated here that he hit you with it. Do you recall that, or you just say that?
No, I said he swung it at me. I never said he hit me with it.
Okay. Well, because in here it says that he. Okay, yeah, I closed the door and the guy was standing there with the tire iron. Was that the individual, the victim that you're talking about?
Yes, sir.
Did he ever bash on the windows or anything like that, trying to get you out of that truck? It's on video, so I want to know if you remember.
I don't remember. I'm not.
Do you recall saying that there was another guy in the truck and he was closing the door and that there was a girl in the truck that you're trying to help?
That was the first truck that I
First
walked
truck.
up on.
Now, to be fair, you don't know those people over there by the gas pumps either. I talked to them and they don't know you.
Yeah. No.
And it states in here that you said that you were trying to steal the truck. Is that right?
No, I never said I was trying to steal a truck.
You said, I told the officers that I was trying to steal the truck, but that's a lie.
I told the officer I was trying to steal a truck, and I said that's a lie.
Yeah. But you know that you weren't supposed to be in that vehicle, right?
Yes.
And that was not your vehicle.
Yes.
And Judge, at this time, I'd like to use State Exhibit, I believe, number 2 that was entered for stipulated steps to show and see portions of that.
Any objection?
No objection, Judge.
All right.
When the autopsy details come out like that, both femurs shattered, skull fracture, every rib broken, that's not just medical testimony. That's impact evidence. It reinforces force. It reinforces severity. And emotionally it shifts the entire courtroom, and now the defense is asking for 20 years. The state wants 35. After hearing that, what would you give? And there it is, the full 35 years, the maximum under the plea cap. Judge Stephanie Boyd makes something very clear: drugs may explain behavior, but they do not excuse consequences. One man will eventually see freedom again, the other never will, and that final line, no right to appeal, this chapter is closed. Was this justice, or should it have been different?